Dejan Kulsevski and Mohammed Kudus are both back training on the grass. Now, Fabrizio Romero stated that Tottenham Hotspur are trying for Liverpool star Cody Gakpo. Now, reports in Italy are stating that Inter Milan have agreed a deal for Cristian Romero. It will be 40 million euros, but now Atlético Madrid are preparing a bid. They want him in La Liga. Diego Simeone wants him to sign for Atlético Madrid this summer. Manor Solomon's agent has come out and said that his client just wants a chance. He wants to be able to make an impact, and it looks likely he will leave Spurs in the next couple of days. And Roberto De Zerbi on a number of subjects, including the key moment last season, why Spurs stayed up. Hi everyone, hope you're well. Chris Cowlin here. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. The Atlético have just reported that Spurs are in contact with Manchester City about Brazil winger Savinho, 22, while they're also interested in Liverpool Netherlands forward Cody Gakpo, 27, and Eintracht Frankfurt's French attacking midfielder Jean-Mattéo Bahoya, 21. Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romero has been talking about Cody Gakpo and links to Tottenham. He said Tottenham are in direct talks with Cody Gakpo's camp over possible move this summer after approaches revealed in July. Deal now depends on Liverpool's decision. Doors closed back in July, but could now depend on financial package and Barcola pursuit. Tottenham Hotspur Football Club are trying. Reports in Italy today are stating the three-way deal is done. Now the only final piece is needed. Romero's move from Tottenham to Inter has been agreed verbally, with all three parties reaching an understanding. However, the transfer can only be completed once Benjamin Pavard leaves Inter Milan. Tottenham would receive 40 million euros, that is 35 million euros plus 5 million euros in bonuses, while Romero would earn 5.5 million euros per year after lengthy negotiations with his representatives to finalise the details and fend off interest from Arsenal and Atlético Madrid. The Argentina defender has shown his willingness to compromise on his salary, accepting less than the roughly 6 million euros per year he earns at Tottenham. He has also been further convinced by the arrival of top quality players like John Stones. Now, some hours after this report, Fabrizio Romero has been reporting about Cristian Romero and has stated Atlético Madrid are now preparing a bid for Cristian Romero to be submitted after their next sales. Bid to be in line with Inter Milan previous proposal. Inter had 40 million euro package in place with Spurs, but nothing done on player side as yet. Diego Simeone wants Cristian Romero in this summer transfer window. Sky Sports are also reporting on the Cristian Romero situation. They are stating that Atlético Madrid could approach Tottenham over signing the Tottenham Hotspur centre-back. The La Liga side are in the process of selling a couple of players, and once those deals do go ahead, Atlético Madrid are believed to be ready to pay around £34 million, the equivalent of 40 million euros to £38.5 million, the equivalent of 45 million euros for Romero. But whether that would be enough for Spurs remains to be seen. Cristian Romero is believed to prefer a move to Atlético Madrid over the Italian clubs interested, which include Inter Milan. On Tuesday, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club confirmed that Mason Melia has joined Championship newcomers Lincoln City on loan for the 26-27 campaign. Bristol Live have stated that Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Reiss-Alexander Russell-Denny is set to sign for Bristol Rovers on loan for the upcoming season. Sky Sports and Mikey Moore and a loan move to Cologne. They have stated that Mikey Moore is set to complete a loan move to Bundesliga side Cologne for the 26-27 campaign. Moore had several clubs in England and Europe interested in signing him, but the club and the player feel that this is an ideal step after a successful season at Rangers. There is no option or obligation to make the deal permanent. Sky Sports on Tottenham's centre-back Ashley Phillips. They are stating that Middlesbrough are in advanced talks with Tottenham over a deal to sign Ashley Phillips. Spurs signed the centre-back from Blackburn Rovers for £2 million back in 2023 and has gained regular first-team experience in the Championship during loan spells at Stoke and Plymouth, and Spurs are now ready to let Phillips leave on a permanent deal. A deal for the 21-year-old would be another piece of eye-catching business for Middlesbrough following their promotion near miss last season when they lost to Hull City in the Championship playoff final. 18-year-old right winger Miracle Adewole has just signed a new contract with the club. Goalkeeper Dylan Thompson has just joined Enfield Town on a short-term youth loan. And 17-year-old Spurs goalkeeper Blake Irow has just joined Cheshunt on a short-term youth loan. Manor Solomon's agent has been talking to Sport 5. He has stated that Manor isn't expected to be a starter at Tottenham, at least not in the near future. If I was a Tottenham Hotspur player, I'd also aim to join a club where I would be in the starting 11. That is the goal. The player's career is short, and after 8 years in Europe, Manor wants to be an impact. I think without any personal bias, he has to play. He has a place at Tottenham, but some people think otherwise. He then went on to say he was quite successful last year at Fiorentina. Aside from a month and a half of bad luck and injury, I'm sure he will continue. He just needs the spot he deserves. Solomon's agent then went on to talk about the links to West Ham United. He has stated they are a huge club. I think at the age of 27, he is already at an age now where he has experience, and there is a consensus about Manor Solomon. Many teams like him because he is a good player and he is a good person. As you're reading, seeing and reporting, Manor Solomon is in high demand this summer, and we will see what happens in the coming days. Manor Solomon wants to play and wants to be a key player. I believe that will happen in the coming days. I believe he will be playing in England next year. It is very likely. On Tuesday, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club released a video showing Mohammed Kudus and Dejan Kulsevski stepping up their rehabilitation at Hotspur Way as they took to the grass. Long-term absentee Adewole has been out of action since May 2025, sustaining an injury during a Premier League fixture against Crystal Palace, which required surgery, and he underwent a procedure on the 14th of May. He last featured in a Spurs shirt 451 days ago. The creative midfielder has been working very hard on his recovery and took to the training pitches at Enfield training base alongside Kudus. The Ghana international has been ruled out since sustaining a significant quad injury against Sunderland in January last term and had an unfortunate setback in early April as he neared a return. The attacking pair were put through their paces with a running session to build up their physical load and finishing off with some ball work, and they now target a return to action some stage in the 26-27 campaign. Spurs boss Roberto De Zerbi has been talking about Dejan Kulsevski and a possible return. He said, Kulsevski fit and right. He is one of our best players that we have in our squad. I wouldn't like to put too much pressure on him or accelerate the rehabilitation process, but I hope he can be available as early as possible. Talking about Anthony Kinsky, he said, we start with Kinsky because he deserves to be the first choice goalkeeper. He is another player with huge potential. He is mature, his personality, and I believe in his qualities. De Zerbi has been talking about keeping Spurs in the Premier League. He said, I was proud and happy, but I don't feel like last season was my achievement. It was the players. When I came in, I saw the players after Sunderland in the dressing room. I didn't tell you this in the press conference, but it was like all of the people crying lying down on the floor in the dressing room, I asked, did we pass away? I tried to be positive, transfer positivity and observe the situation from another perspective. I was honest. I always considered the Tottenham players as top players. Now, Roberto De Zerbi, on a key moment last season when he had dinner with the squad and he allowed the alcohol to flow. He said, one dinner out in Mayfair with alcohol. Alcohol is a good medicine if you enjoy normally and seriously, not as stupid people. I believe in stand together. Then I transferred every day my opinion about them. I think they considered themselves in that moment worse than people thought. But then there was the possibility to stay up and win matches. Have a look at last season. We could have won against Brighton. Wolves, we won. Aston Villa, we won. Leeds, we could win because if there was a team who deserved to win, it was Tottenham. Chelsea, maybe we didn't deserve to win, but we didn't deserve to lose. And Everton, we deserved to win. Sunderland, and we lost. I think we were unlucky because in the first half we had 2 chances with Solanke and with Bergvall, and then 1 penalty cancelled. We conceded with a deflection. The potential of the team was very high. Roberto De Zerbi has been talking about his Tottenham Hotspur squad and the upcoming season. He said last season is finished and now every one of us, including me, the first, I have to show that I'm good enough to stay at Tottenham every day. The players also. Mickey van de Ven also. I want Mickey van de Ven as a midfielder at the back with the ball, with the personality to control the situation. We have 2 Dutchmen, Mickey van de Ven and John-Paul van Hecke, but we have Senesi, we have Ben Davies and Kevin Danso, 5 top players. I decide the first 11. It depends on what I see on the pitch and in training. De Zerbi has been talking about did he get any time off over the summer. He said, I spoke a lot with the board, with the players, studying players on my laptop. I am lucky because my work is my passion. It is not tough. On holiday, I felt good, stayed well, but also working is not a problem for me. Working from morning until the evening is a problem only if we're speaking about maths or things I don't love. Football, I can stay doing without a problem. Now, Roberto De Zerbi, about keeping in touch with the players during the summer. He said, during the World Cup, I texted. I've been in total connection with Mickey van de Ven, Benson Kerr, Pedro Porro, a lot of messages, Danso when his wife gave birth, and also with my former players in Argentina, McAllister. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode. Let me start by saying there is now only 27 days left of the transfer window, and I know a lot of people are a little bit worried saying, where are these attacking players? And I've heard a lot of people in the last 24 hours talk about what rating they would give the transfer window if it closed now, or what rating they would give the transfer window if it closed, if Spurs do sign a number 9 and a left winger. I've said this many times on this channel, particularly in the last couple of weeks. We do need attacking players. 100% we need attacking players. However, what fantastic news, absolutely brilliant news and great scenes to see Dejan Kulsevski and Mohammed Kudus training on the grass yet again. Let's hope that Kulsevski will be back in the near future, and Mohammed Kudus will make such an impact as well, especially in a Roberto De Zerbi side that loves to attack and loves to put crosses into the box and create chances. But Kulsevski, I've spoken out about this before. 451 days out of action. That must be very, very difficult for Kulsevski, but he must be absolutely buzzing now. Kulsevski is not in full training yet with his teammates, but he is training on the grass and he is building up fitness, and this is great to see. It really is. Kudus is meant to be back with the team very, very soon. That has also been confirmed by Roberto De Zerbi. So best of luck to them too. And I tell you what, we cannot wait. Can you imagine the cheer that Dejan Kulsevski is going to get when he does eventually come back, especially at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, particularly being out for so long. Now, talking about attacking players, Spurs are apparently all in. They want to sign Cody Gakpo. Liverpool have come out and said that he is not for sale. There hasn't been any official bids, etc. as yet. But from what we have been hearing about De Zerbi ringing players and getting in contact with players, he has probably phoned Cody Gakpo already to try and get this deal, on its way. But watch this space. There's 27 days left. I expect a very busy 27 days because, all these reports that I've gone through in this episode, the amount of players at the moment going out on loan, potential loans, etc. There is a lot of movement, and there will be a lot of movement, especially in the Premier League from now until the 1st of September. The next 27 days will be very, very busy, and let's hope that Spurs can get another couple of very, very important statement signings in through the door to help De Zerbi in that final third. Now, De Zerbi, a number of key quotes here that he did an interview in Australia, and it's only come out today. But some of the comments, particularly him keeping in touch with the players, and the key moment of him allowing the players to have alcohol and let their hair down, and the way that he just turned things around. I've said this many, many times. I always sing the praises of Roberto De Zerbi because you can see that his relationship with the players is extremely important, and you can tell that he has an excellent relationship with every single player. And I've also said this as well, that every single player that has worked with De Zerbi before, they all sing high praises of De Zerbi, and you can see exactly why. He picked them all up when they were on the floor. Some of these players had hardly any confidence. He's confirmed this by this interview as well, and he turned things around. And this is why I'm very, very excited going forward with De Zerbi. And I think that if Tottenham get the players in that he needs and wants, especially in that final third, then it should be good times for us in the future. Manor Solomon. His agent has come out and said about, he wants a chance, he wants to be an impact player, etc. I don't think he's going to get the game time at Tottenham. Yes, he's got game time throughout pre-season, but I think realistically, this is just to put him in the shop window for Spurs to get as much money as possible, and he will probably be on the way. He wants a permanent move this time. He's had a number of loans from Tottenham, so good luck to him, whatever he does next, whether it be West Ham or Hull City are also interested. And from what I understand as well, Spurs are looking for around £20 million. Now, Inter Milan have agreed a deal for Cristian Romero. €40 million package seems extremely low to me, but I think that we are now at the stage where Romero needs to go out the door. Spurs just want to cash in and get as much money as they can. But if you're not selling to a Premier League side, not a lot of other teams in these countries have the money that the Premier League do. And that is the big issue. And Atlético Madrid are now preparing a bid. And it's funny because Fabrizio Romano has said very, very early on, Romero fancies a new challenge and he wants to go to La Liga. And Atlético Madrid have probably been highly alerted that Romero is quite close to joining Inter Milan, and now they are trying to get this deal done. So this is going to be an interesting one. But it's interesting how, when I was at the Atlético Madrid away game, Romero came off with an injury, and our manager then, Igor Tudor, didn't go over to Romero. Actually, Diego Simeone went over to Romero to check that he was okay. That's very interesting, and I can see them two working together, and that will probably be a very good relationship as well, with him as a centre back and him with being the manager. So it'll be interesting, but it's about Tottenham, this, and it's about Tottenham moving forward. So whatever Romero does, of course, whenever a player leaves Tottenham, I always wish them the very best, but it is definitely time for Romero to go out the door this summer. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Keep smiling, stay safe and well. I'll see you on the next one. Come on, you Spurs.